go. What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of our Dynasty Spotlight series. Here we're talking about another running back, Travis Etienne, picked by Jacksonville. This is our update show for him, as we did a show previously. If you're interested in us breaking down his prospect profile and game a little more, we're going to focus a little more on landing spot today now that we know it. Mm-hmm. So, I really like the landing spot.
Yeah.
Love the first-round draft capital as well. But, yeah, pick 25 Jacksonville. Break it down, Dak.
I agree with Al here. I really like the spot. We kind of saw something like this happening with Jacksonville. Didn't quite expect the first-round pick to be used, but I like that, and I like the fact that he's being reunited with Trevor Lawrence, a guy that's probably going to look for him on third downs and, first and second down too, a little dump-offs here and there if need be. I like the fact that they already have that chemistry there. Jaguars have an underrated offensive line, too, which I really like as well. And I feel like Urban Meyer is going to have more of a college flavor to that offense, and I think that bodes well for Etienne as well. And I know he said he's just kind of a third down back at this point, but I think we can all agree that's just kind of coach speak not willing to give him a starting
First time
role.
We've used coach speak on this show in a while.
Yeah.
Because it's just now starting for the year.
Yeah, here we go. Get ready for
They pepper
a ton
down
of it.
these rookies. They downplay the rookie roles, which is always the coach speak. And then,
I think we can all say with confidence that I'd say sooner rather than later he's going to be the bell cow back in Jacksonville.
Yeah, and I agree. And honestly, I don't even hate the fact that they'll bring him on a little slower because I think his role will have value. I know I've said it before, but I look at Alvin Kamara's rookie year where they had Mark Ingram there, and that satellite plus back role is still very valuable in a productive offense. And you mentioned that offensive line much better than advertised. And there's a reason why James Robinson was a RB1 for most of the year last year. It's because that offense line was pretty darn good.
Solid,
and he got a boatload of touches. But guess what? This year it's going to be spread out between Etienne and James Robinson. And I think Etienne's going to get the more valuable touches. He's going to get the receptions, which all of our leagues here at Masters are PPR. So ton of value on that. And Etienne also, he was a touchdown machine. I know it's different. Yeah. So he's not your typical, goal line type back where James Robinson looks a little more like that. But Etienne's got a nose for the end zone, so I don't expect him just to come off the field in the red zone. I mean, I think Etienne is going to score touchdowns. I think he's going to hit big plays, and I think he's going to catch a lot of passes. And all those things sound really good for a running back in fantasy. And then, long term, I love the spot as well. I think, like Kamara, his role will just kind of keep increasing over the years.
Right.
So, I really do like the landing spot. And for that reason, he is a lock for me in the top 4. And I think depending on team need, probably in the top 3 of a rookie draft.
Yeah, I would say that's probably true. There's guys you can argue for to be ahead of him, but based on positional value in general, I mean, with running backs, especially with there only being 3 really startable running backs at this point, I think that bumps him up even higher. So I would say top 3 lock for Travis Etienne.
Yeah. So now I think it's kind of going to fall very similar to our last show if you turned in where we broke down Najee Harris. But comparing him to current running backs, I think for me, right about maybe RB8 to RB12 for dynasty running backs. Guys like obviously your McCaffreys, Saquons, Dalvins, I think still ahead.
Sure,
Even looking at last year's class, Jonathan Taylor, I think Clyde and J.K. Dobbins for me are ahead. But then, DeAndre Swift is kind of, I think, maybe that turning point for me where I know a lot of people might not love that because there's some huge DeAndre Swift fans out there, and rightfully so. He's a talented back. But for me, I think I'd rather have Etienne over DeAndre Swift. Agree, disagree?
Yeah. The more I think about it, I kind of agree with what you said on one of our more recent shows. But the fact that they've put a little more effort into the offensive line, and that does make me feel a little bit better about DeAndre Swift. Because obviously I love him as a player, talent-wise. It's just been the situation.
And honestly, I think Etienne and Swift are a little similar in terms of what they bring to the table.
Yeah. With that being said, I think Swift is kind of, I'll take Swift, Akers, and all those guys still a notch ahead of Etienne. And I have Najee ahead of Etienne as well. So I'd say Etienne for me is probably, like you mentioned, running back 11-ish, 12. I don't know, quick math. I don't know. I'll bring up some similar names, though. You taking him over Miles Sanders?
Yeah, I think I will at this point.
What about Cam Akers,
So for me, still no.
Okay.
I gotta stay true to my Cam Akers love, but
okay.
Yeah.
I actually take Cam Akers over him too.
Nice. Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I think that's a good idea of where we project Etienne to go in some of these drafts. Overall, yeah, great landing spot for him. And I think Jacksonville, if they use him the right way, it's going to be a slam dunk pick.
Yeah.
With that being said, though, we are finished talking about Travis Etienne. MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com, as you can see on the sign right behind us, the premier place for Dynasty Fantasy Football, as well as redraft, really. It's the place to be for all fantasy football. But, we specialize in the Dynasty. We have over 600 leagues, haven't folded a single one ever, and we have some orphans sitting around here right now, too. If you're new to the Dynasty game, you get that first year free. Previous owner paid your deposit, so you can just kind of slide in, get your feet wet, and you'll see right away it's the best way to play fantasy football.
What's that in the Arms of an Angel song they play on?
Oh, yeah.
Trying to adopt a dog or a cat.
Yeah, we need to start doing that.
For our orphan teams. We just show the orphan team on screen with in the arms.
Yeah, it's like this one's got Christian McCaffrey and a first-round pick in the top 5. It's something to think about.
Oh, and here's the 3-legged dog. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. As always, hit that like and subscribe button.
Absolutely.
We love your comments as well. So keep them coming.
Yeah, we read them. So keep roasting us too.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you next time, everybody. Thank you. Good night, Oakland.
Yeah.